When you build something, it's a very intentional act, and you can make a meal, but then you're going to eat it and it's gone. But you build a house and it's meant to be there for a family to grow up in, maybe then to pass on to the next generation. They're words that both connote creating something, but baked into the word build, I think there's just so much more power and pride. So built in Africa, it really resonates.
You're in the right place. Welcome to the Built in Africa podcast, where we connect trailblazers of the African diaspora through the unifying language of tech. On this episode, we spoke with Becky Tsadik, Director of Marketing at Gebeya, the Pan-African online talent marketplace. Let's get into it. Becky's journey to Gebeya arguably started in 2019 when she left the U.S. and decided to relocate to Ethiopia. Listen as she shares more of her story.
So like many people on the team, it started with Amadou, our CEO and co-founder, whose vision and passion for what he wants to achieve with Gebeya is literally infectious. And basically, I'd come to Ethiopia. When we met, I'd been in Ethiopia for going on a year. And my whole objective for coming to the country and the continent was to make an impact. I came for personal reasons in the sense that I'm half Ethiopian and I really wanted to connect with that side of myself and my culture. But I really wanted to be here, not just as a visitor or an observer, but as someone who could make an impact. And I use that word very intentionally, because for me, there are a lot of opportunities to make a difference and to help in a place like Ethiopia. What I've observed is oftentimes those efforts are not sustainable. And so, for example, that might be in the form of charity or donation or kind of a limited time project. And for me, it was really important, again, not to just be here as a visitor, but to contribute and make a real lasting impact in a way that was sustainable. So I came across Gebeya itself and to Amadou, and it felt very serendipitous because, to be honest, I didn't even know that the kind of model that the company has existed. And the fact that Gebeya is built on providing and empowering, I'll say, individuals to seize opportunities and build up not only themselves, but other businesses on the continent is really attractive to me. I see Gebeya as a bridge and a matchmaker and a resource, both for customers and talent looking for opportunities. And that was really exciting, is being able to be in a position that wasn't giving anyone a handout, that wasn't giving anyone a favor, and wasn't just kind of giving someone an opportunity for like a day or a week. Really leveraging and improving opportunities from both sides, and then building each other up together was really cool.
Gebeya aims to be the most trusted and reliable source of talent in Africa. Today, they service clients such as Ethiopian Airlines, Air Senegal, Heineken, and the telecom company Orange. Listen as Becky shares how their business model has evolved and their rigorous interview/onboarding process.
Back when we were founded in 2016, the original model was to have trainees then become talent. But as we better understood the market demands, we realized sometimes that there was a gap. Maybe not on the skills side, and maybe not on the tech skills side, but those softer skills, some of the things I was talking about, communication, critical thinking skills, et cetera. That model has evolved a bit, where in two fronts. One, if someone passes through our training, they are not necessarily automatically onboarded into our talent marketplace. Two, those who are in our talent marketplace don't necessarily have had to have taken our training. When you think about from the customer or potential customer's perspective, yes, if I need a backend developer, I need a backend developer, plain and simple. But there's so much more to it than that, right? Where, you could just Google or look in LinkedIn and try to find someone who fits that profile, who's in your budget. But how do you know that they'll actually deliver? And so that's really the value that we bring to the table. So we've already do that legwork. We have a very rigorous screening and vetting process, which includes looking for talent and connecting with talent, not just that fills the requirements or maybe is at a certain level of experience, but they actually have to prove that they can deliver. So what that looks like is a series of interviews with up to 5 people from our team, including subject matter experts. They have to take a series of online tests in their area of specialization, as well as soft skill tests like personality tests, critical thinking exam, emotional intelligence exam. And we measure all of that, against kind of certain benchmarks of, okay, what does someone actually need to, what is a passing grade, if you will, for those different components. And if that's not enough, they also have to complete a project. So a project relevant to their area of expertise. And then they present that. So all of that is a mix of subjective and objective measuring if they can actually deliver on, what they say that they do. So once someone actually is confirmed and kind of passes the tests to be vetted as a talent, there's also an onboarding process where we make sure that they're aligned with our mission and our vision. We orient them with kind of some of the benefits of being part of the Gebeya Talent Network. It's a very involved process, and that's all just to become a talent. Yeah. And so when you have someone join us, it benefits the customer, of course, because that means they know that they're at a certain level already and will be able to communicate well, working on their project and meet their deadlines and deliver excellent quality. But also from the talent side, it benefits them because it really, sharpens them and makes sure that they, know where the bar is and that they have to really bring their best and what our expectations are. It's not just about going on our platform and, finding some project or some job and that's it. When you're a Gebeya talent, you're a representative, you're an ambassador of us as well. And so we want to make sure that you represent Gebeya properly.
Over the next few years, Gebeya plans to scale their platform to 5,000 plus talent across the continent. Starting with a diverse team, Becky shares what goes into building a true Pan-African talent marketplace.
Engaging and staying connected with organizations and media that is also, plugged into. We can't be everywhere all at once, but really kind of seeing what's happening politically, economically, what countries are passing things like a startup act, and really staying on top of, news in the markets that we're interested in. Because again, kind of going back to your earlier question, as an organization, we're also not here to give handouts. We're here to give opportunities and provide opportunities. And so in order to do that, you have to know your market. You have to know, what are the new businesses that are fundraised or that are opening? Who are some of the, key players? What are the institutes of higher education? So these kinds of authentic, efforts to engage are really important to staying true to our Pan-African, ethos. Amadou and I have talked about this. There's this myth about conquering Africa or being the first in Africa to do X that really glazes over so much nuance and cultural difference and different languages and, maybe different levels of, tech adoption that threatens falling into the mentality that Africa is a country. And so, when we describe ourselves as Pan-African, I know that it's true. Again, looking at our team, looking at where our customers and our talents are based. And I know that it's intentional too. And that it's driven by that research and that knowledge of, kind of being really tapped into, what's happening on the ground.
And that's it for this episode. If you haven't already, check out the full article on our website, builtinafrica.io. found in the description. And while you're there, subscribe to our newsletter so we may keep you up to date with the latest. But until then, keep building.